Well, hello everyone. Welcome back to Obsessive Compulsive Gaming. My name is Joey, and I'm obsessed with video games. And today, we're going to review the Final Fantasy VII Rebirth demo. It's just a demo. Sadly, I've not been able to play the full game yet. I wish. So this isn't scripted, this is just my unedited thoughts. I've literally just finished the demo. So what did I think? Oh my god, it was amazing. Basically, the demo lets you play through the Nibelheim flashback from the original game. Well, I say it lets you play probably 90% of the flashback. It stops just when I didn't want it to. I was actually on stream and I said, please don't end, please don't end, please don't end, and it did. And I imagine there's a reason for that, because they'll probably change something about the end of that flashback. For those of you who played the original game, it pretty much ends, Sephiroth becomes the bad guy, burns the village down. There's some amazing stuff added in there that isn't in the original, to do with Cloud's mother and to do with the mayor. And the villagers and all that kind of stuff, and it's amazing. And then you get that iconic shot of Sephiroth walking through the fire, and that's where the demo ends. Part of me thought, it's going to let us do the next part, which is when they go to the reactor and Cloud confronts Sephiroth, and Sephiroth goes into Genova's chamber, and you get that great bit. But maybe they've changed something about that section that they don't want to give away. Or they just simply thought, we're giving you an hour and a half, so that's enough. Now, apparently, at the very end of the demo, it tells you there's another demo coming, which is going to let you play in Junon, and that's going to be done via an update. I don't know when that's going to be, but you can bet your ass I'm going to be playing it and then giving my thoughts on it. And there's also a trailer at the end of the demo, which, this game just looks so good. Right, so, focusing on the demo, I'm going to try and give some concise thoughts. What did I think? The music. I'm going to start with the music. Now, I adore the soundtrack for what they did with Final Fantasy VII Remake. Final Fantasy VII probably has the most iconic soundtrack of any Final Fantasy game. And what they did with the music in Final Fantasy VII Remake was stupendous. And that continues here. There's little nods, to certain character theme tunes. Like there's one moment where the Genova theme kind of subtly comes in, and it's just so good. And it's hard to describe unless you're really musically minded, but every single note of music goes with the action on screen, basically. And even there's a boss fight where the temptation would be just to use the same theme over and over and over and over and over for the duration of the boss fight, like in the original Final Fantasy VII, where it's basically just one melody and it kind of repeats. But it changes with each phase that the boss goes through. The music gets more and more dramatic, and that was something that was in Final Fantasy VII Remake as well. So the music is absolutely top-notch. The gameplay, like Final Fantasy VII Remake, is again freaking top-notch, more action-focused, which I actually prefer these days to the old turn-based system. So if you're really in love with turn-based combat, that isn't really here, but you probably knew that based on Final Fantasy VII Remake. There was an added puzzle that was put into this that I kind of figured out without even realizing I'd figured it out, which was quite nice. So I imagine the gameplay is going to get mixed up quite a lot in Rebirth compared to Remake and to the original. Now, obviously, there's not much to say about the characters, because this being the Nibelheim flashback, it basically focuses on Cloud, a younger Tifa, and Sephiroth. You do see Barret, Aerith, Red in the inn, because obviously in the original game, that's where this flashback takes place. They go to the inn, and Cloud tells a story, essentially. So you do see little glimpses of them, and they're great, just like in Remake. We get to play as Sephiroth, which is absolutely fantastic. It's amazing. And you get to play as him quite a bit if you want in this demo. It's not just one fight, you know, you can play as Sephiroth pretty much for, well, in combat. When you're navigating, you know, when you're running around, it's as Cloud, but in the fights, you can fight as Sephiroth as pretty much for near enough the whole demo. What else can I tell you? Visuals, absolutely beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. You get to see the Shinra Mansion, and that looks epic. You get to see, you know, the reactor, and that looks amazing. The cutscenes are top notch, just like in Remake. Yeah, this demo it was an hour and a half, and it was joyous. Joyous. If you want to hear someone's reaction to it, OCG is putting up the full demo today. So you can watch that and get his reactions to it. Yeah, absolutely fantastic. I am so looking forward to this game. And I have a high expectation this will be my game of the year. And we're only in February. So I can see it now, getting to December this year, and Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, #1 game of the year. But we shall see. The full, you know, can't judge till I play the full game. And the full game, in case you've been living under a rock, releases on the 29th. So you can bet your ass I'll be playing it. You can bet your ass I'll be streaming it, and you can bet your ass I'll be reviewing it. Or OCG will review it, or maybe we'll both review it, since it's a big game. So there's my thoughts for the Final Fantasy VII Rebirth demo. If you enjoyed this, don't forget to give me a thumbs up. And stay obsessed with gaming. Bye, guys.
Are you still here? Oh, you must have really enjoyed this video then. In that case, you had better subscribe to the channel and check out our other content. Otherwise, you're a booby pants, and no one wants to be a booby pants.